My friends. And then just for the fun of it all,
it's scheduled for one fall, and is for the WWE United States Championship. Introducing the challenger from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, John Cena!
turns out my microphone was muted. How about that? I didn't say it the whole time. I really just said John Cena enters for his match here at WrestleMania 39. And then we had us a nice little bot to get things started. And here comes the United States Champion, Austin Theory.
And introducing the champion from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is the WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, not somebody that I am particularly a fan of. I will give him his due that he's very skilled in the ring. But that's about as far as I will give it. But today we are here to talk about WrestleMania 39 and the potential outcomes of the matches here today. And like any match, there are two different ways that this match can go. So obviously, option number one is Austin Theory retains the United States Championship, successfully proves to John Cena that he matters and that he's worth paying attention to and all that stuff. Definitive victory for Austin Theory. Good stuff, good times, right? Okay. Sounds good in theory. But another potential way for this to go, and potentially a little more compelling of a story, is John Cena wins the United States Championship here tonight. But it's a hard-fought contest. Austin Theory will really fight hard, fight long, all of that stuff. Give John Cena a run for his money, but in the end, it's John Cena who walks away with the United States Championship. But in defeating Austin Theory, John Cena now has the respect for Theory that he did not have coming into the match. So when it comes down to the aftermatch, whether it's at WrestleMania or the next night on Raw, John Cena says exactly that. He says, Austin Theory, you earned my respect. You made me take notice. You made me notice who you were. You made me remember your name. So, kid, whenever you want a rematch, you get a rematch. And then at that point, Austin Theory would take his rematch and win back the United States Championship. So not only does he beat John Cena for a championship, he also earns John Cena's respect along the way. Now, could that kind of set Austin Theory up to be a babyface based on, just how we're talking about it? Yes, it definitely sounds like Austin Theory winds up a babyface when that's done. But not if you have him heel it up after the title victory, because the respect could create that sportsmanship type deal along the way to the rematch. But when it comes down to how Theory wins the title back, it could be dirty as all hell. And could you imagine if WrestleMania actually started with a count out like we almost had there? That was close. Theory down onto the cover. So I see I'm still having the issue with no referees here in WWE 2K23. That's a fun glitch that people have. I guess it's based with the custom arenas. The referees disappear. I thought it was created wrestlers involved that caused the glitch, but clearly it is created arenas, as we are in a nice rendition of somebody's thought of what the Wrestlemania arena could look like. Obviously, we've seen the stage revealed last night on social media. The WrestleMania 39 stage revealed as Austin Theory throws himself to the floor in the pursuit of keeping his United States Championship. Also looks like another glitch of things is that the nice graphic that the creator put on the ring here doesn't stick, so that's kind of a bummer. WWE 2K23 is ripe with create an arena bugs, create bugs, period. It seems like we've got a lot of the same stuff as well as a bunch of new stuff. Oh, it rescaled their image is what it did. It brought the image back down to a square instead of being wide. That's pretty whack, but whatever. So John Cena here has got a bear hug on Austin Theory, but Theory is able to start breaking his way free. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Oh, yeah. Theory down into the cover. It is so weird to not see a referee here, to not hear the counts. It's nice that it's at least still displayed on the screen for us, but man, oh man, is it bizarre to not have the referee involved. Oof, kick to the back, kick to the back, kick to the back, kick to the back. Theory rolls him over into the cover. Referee not there. I can't do any of my usual remarks about the referees being in the wrong place and staring in booty holes or any of that stuff. I can't do any of that today. Bam! It's the big time finish. I don't even know the name, but Cena's split wide open. And Austin Theory retains the WWE United States Championship with a big victory over John Cena here in the opening match of WrestleMania 39. Me oh my. I can't believe it, folks.
Here is your winner, and still WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory.
Austin Theory retains his championship, and we will be right back. Welcome back. It's time for our second matchup. It's gonna be the Maverick. The man who calls himself the Maverick, Logan Paul, going one-on-one with Seth freaking Rollins.
From Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 185 pounds, Logan Paul.
So I've seen a lot of the belly aching about Logan Paul, and you can certainly say a lot of stuff about his character as a person. I don't necessarily think he's a great human being at all, but just analyzing purely from a wrestling character perspective, Logan Paul has taken to the world of professional wrestling faster than I think anybody ever expected him to. And the fact that he's got a marquee matchup here at WrestleMania Saturday against Seth freaking Rollins of all people, I think it goes to show the faith in him that WWE management has as a talent. He seems heavily involved in this. He seems involved in playing whatever character, whatever role they give him. He's come a long way from his first appearances. I just watched him in his WrestleMania match where he teamed with The Miz against Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. And he took the skull-crushing finale, and then he was standing up or sitting up like moments later. It was very bizarre. Like, he didn't know selling at the time. Now he seems to know selling. He's looked like $1 million in this story with Seth Rollins here on the road to WrestleMania.
And his opponent from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Rollins.
So eventually somebody has to be able to get the jump on Logan Paul. Like, somebody, not the jump on Logan Paul. Logan Paul is eventually going to get the jump on somebody and get that first major victory of his WWE career. I don't think it's going to be tonight against Seth Rollins. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth matchup. I think Logan Paul is going to look great, but I think very similar to his other matches he has had so far in WWE. I think in the end, the established WWE star is going to be the one who walks away with the victory at WrestleMania tonight. I think Logan Paul and Seth Rollins will show the hell out. But I don't think Seth Rollins is going to be taking a loss at WrestleMania to Logan Paul. If it were some other pay-per-view, like maybe WrestleMania Backlash, or I don't know if they still did Judgment Day, you know, that sort of stuff. If it was those events, all right, maybe Logan Paul might get the victory, especially based on how he's been booked. But I think, especially with how he's been booked, he's going to look the $1 million all along the way, but in the end, the established talent is going to get the victory. Of course, as I'm saying, this Logan Paul is starting off with one hell of an offensive flurry against Seth freaking Rollins, but he was just a hair too late on that one. Just a hair too late on that one, my friends. Boot to the midsection. Rollins again. Multiple kicks. Bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, boom takes out Logan Paul, my friends. There's really no bad matches on WrestleMania 39 this year. You can argue that some of the creatives may have been a little weak. You could argue this, that, and the other stuff. You could argue a lot of subjective things as Seth Rollins goes into the cover. But looking at this card overall for both nights, I mean, it's a solid set of nights. You know, we still to come got the WrestleMania Showcase matchup. We got Rhea and Dom. We got Becky, Lita, and Trish against Damage Control. The Usos, Sami and Kevin, Charlotte and Rhea. You know, that's a hell of a card. And then looking forward to Sunday, you know, we got the Women's Showcase matchup with Liv and Raquel, Natalya and Shotzi, Ronda and Shayna, Sonya and Chelsea. Then we got Brock and Omos. We got Edge and Finn Balor inside Hell in a Cell. Gunther, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Bianca Belair and Asuka. And, of course, Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes. WrestleMania 39 is really shaping up here. I think the biggest mistake that was made with WrestleMania 39 is not having the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on the WrestleMania card, at the very least on the pre-show. I don't think it should have been relegated to SmackDown last night, but that is what it is. Personally, I think it deserves its spot at WrestleMania, at the very least on the pre-show. I kind of understand why they quietly discontinued the Women's Battle Royal because of all the controversy that came with the first one they did. Probably waiting until they have a different female they can bestow the honor of a Battle Royal upon. Since Fabulous Moolah led to a whole host of backlash, including the sponsor of WrestleMania, Snickers, being like, nah, get her out. Seth Rollins thrown over the top rope down to the floor. Right in your face. Right in your face, Logan Paul. Right in your face. Referee up to a count of 6 at this point. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeedies. Everybody's back in the ring, though. Rollins tries for a drop kick, but magically Logan Paul is able to block it with his forearms, daddy. Blocking it with his forearms. I look like a chop to the throat. Boom, back elbow. Stomp to the midsection by Logan Paul. Oh, it's the dreaded punch. The dreaded punch that has knocked Seth Rollins clean a number of times so far on the road to WrestleMania. Into the cover, no freaking way. Oh, yeah, no freaking way indeed. Logan Paul only got a 1 count as he starts throwing straight jabs to the jawline of Seth Rollins. Nice knife edge chop in the corner. Stomp in the stomach. What's he going for now? His own move. Oh my, Logan Paul steals the stomp from Seth Rollins. Could he put him away with a huge... He does. Oh my goodness. Logan Paul defeats Seth Rollins with his own freaking move. I can't believe it. I know it's simulation and we're not supposed to be totally shocked by things, but holy crap, I'm a little shocked by that. I'm just a hair shocked.
Here is your winner.
I can't believe it. So I think coming up next, we're going to do the 4-way tag team showcase matchup. We're going to put that one in slot number 3, so that one will be coming up next. Hang tight, my friends. We're going to get it loaded. Well, apparently we can't do a 4-team tag team match, so this one will be under tornado rules, and that's probably a good thing. That's under tornado rules, because it stands a better chance of not taking 17 years to finish up. Here comes team number 1, though. It's the Street Profits coming down for WrestleMania showcase action.
The following contest is a fatal 4-way tag team match. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 492 pounds, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits.
I was noticing last night watching Smackdown. Looks like old Angelo Dawkins is trimming out a little bit. His face was looking a little bit thinner, and what he was wearing was looking trim. He was looking good. Not that I ever personally thought Angelo Dawkins needed much of a makeover. Not your traditional looking WWE superstar. Not jacked to the gills. Of course, the traditional WWE superstar is changing so much as time goes on anyway, that you almost can't rely on that old comparison to the big old muscle-bound freaks, even though Vince did just sign a new 2-year contract with the company. That's right, Vince is back. Like, full-on back. Still not officially in creative, but that remains to be seen. Here comes team number 2. Chad Gable and Otis, the Alpha Academy. Otis is being pursued by the Maximum Male Models right now.
First, at a combined weight of 532 pounds, Chad Gable and Otis, the Alpha Academy.
I cannot say that I want to see Otis as a Maximum Male Model. Although it will lead to some funny segments, I think. I'm not sure I want to see him in it for long. I think I'll be okay with it as a short-term thing. Yeah, give me that on a short-term basis, and I think we're okay. I think we're okay on a short-term basis, but if you make that a long-term thing, I think you start to have problems. Bum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum bum bum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum bum. Here comes team number 2. They can make their separate entrances because some of those generic entrances don't make sense for some of the teams. So we got Ricochet coming out first for team number 2. Oh, we're wearing Ricochet shirts. Figure that out now.
Weighing in at 190 pounds, Ricochet.
Good buddy and friend of the show, Wally, had made myself and him as a tag team in his WWE 2K23, and I couldn't figure out which shirts he had us wearing, but they had a bald dude on them. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm just now realizing as I see Ricochet for the first time in WWE 2K23 that shirt belongs to Ricochet that we are wearing. So, Wally, if you're listening, I'm pretty sure I made the Era of Violence and Bloody Bill Vox logos available. I will never team with anybody other than Rob Marsh in real life in the Era of Violence, but in the video game world, we can have honorary members. You can put on an EOV shirt. Coming out next for team number 3, it's the monster of all monsters, Braun Strowman.
Forward, North Carolina, weighing in at 385 pounds, Braun Strowman.
So Braun's model is an interesting one. A lot of these I'm seeing for the first time because I've been doing the My Rise creations for the YouTube channel, and I've also been... I was doing the showcase mode and getting Fantasy Warfare together and all those various things. So I haven't seen a lot of the in-game models yet. Braun from the back looks fine, but Braun from the front looks chubby. Like, at no point in this current run for Braun Strowman in WWE has he not looked ripped. Like, they had a problem with his chest. Could not get that chest together. And here comes the 4th and final team, the Viking Raiders.
And at a combined weight of 552 pounds, Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders.
The Viking Raiders making their way out to the ring here for the WrestleMania Showcase matchup. Rocky, welcome in. Welcome to the WrestleMania Saturday simulation, my friend. Welcome in. You're never late, but you're always welcome. Rocky, we could see absolutely anything at WrestleMania. We could see returns, we could see debuts, we could see heel turns, we could see babyface turns, we could see a little bit of everything. This is the first WrestleMania under the Triple H regime, and I believe Triple H and friends are going to go all out on both nights to make sure that we are talking about WrestleMania 39 for at least the upcoming week. Here we go, the 4-team showcase match for WrestleMania. I would love to see Bobby Roode in a match, but I would not see him returning at WrestleMania. If we see any returns at WrestleMania, they're going to be big-time marquee names. They're not. Unfortunately, Bobby Roode in WWE is not a big-time marquee name. I love him. I love the glorious era for Bobby Roode. But, yeah, we're talking like a Randy Orton level, even a Matt Riddle, The Rock, those types of names. You know, those would be big names. But people that have been featured in the mid-card of WWE, like Shinsuke Nakamura is another one that's been kind of held off for a while, I've been hearing. You know, those guys would be Raw after Mania or the Smackdown long after Mania. But for as far as big returns, cameos, that sort of stuff, yeah, Jay White. You know, Jay White's interesting. I feel like if Jay White were to sign with WWE and they were going to do his debut, I feel like they would put that on the Raw after Mania. Because, you know, Cody Rhodes wins the WWE Universal Championship. Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Here goes Dawkins. Poor guy just got belly to belly to the floor. So anyway, as I was saying, Cody Rhodes celebrating his championships, and then all of a sudden the lights go out, and whatever music WWE has cooked up for the new fella Jim Canvas. No, I don't think we would have. You gotta remember, like, WWE's product is paid for, so you don't have to build up a huge, like, TV audience. You just have to sustain. You have to continue to show that your programming is worth the value that it commands. And then once you get those television rights contracts, you don't have to do anything more than what is asked of in the performance aspect of it. So I don't necessarily think a Jay White is going to get vignettes in advance. Somebody like a Jay White is going to be a shock debut because they're going to, as they always love to do, sell you on the idea that anything can happen in the WWE at any time and you should always be watching. You know, Cody Rhodes didn't get any vignettes coming back to WWE. And a guy of that caliber, you know, could be somebody that you would think would get a lot of vignette, a lot of advanced treatment coming back to the company. The prodigal son comes home, but no. It was Seth Rollins will face a mystery opponent at WrestleMania. So I think vignettes in some respects are good still, but in terms of shock debuts for people, I think they're a little passé in terms of that respect, like you can get by. And Alpha Academy gets the big victory here in the WrestleMania Showcase matchup. Crazy matches here. Let's see, what do we got next? We gotta keep moving along here. Going to the photos, WrestleMania Saturday. We're going to go with the father versus son matchup coming up next. No, you're not distracting me from anything at all, buddy. I just, I'm running it like WrestleMania here tonight. So we'll be taking a brief moment here to head to a break while I load the next match, and then we'll be right back. You are absolutely not distracting me at all. The name of the game here today is to simulate the action here for WrestleMania 39. We're talking WrestleMania. We're talking returns, debuts, whatever we want to talk about with regards to tonight's WrestleMania 39 Saturday night one, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to do some father versus son action, and we're going to do that coming up next. The punch heard around the world recently between Dominik Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. We're going to let these two settle it out at WrestleMania just as they will tonight. Where's he at? There he is. There's our WWE Hall of Famer. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's hit that start button over there, and then let's bring it back over for some more WrestleMania 39. Dominik Mysterio, Rey Mysterio. So going back on some of the free agent talk you were discussing, I've seen Nick Aldis as a free agent. So Dominik Mysterio, a little bit outdated here in his look and his attire. But it wouldn't shock me either to see Dominik Mysterio do Rey's entrances and stuff just to mock his father at WrestleMania. So this is almost kind of believable. Nick Aldis, I've definitely seen as a free agent, and I think he'd be a good get for WWE, but I've read somewhere that he's got some outstanding issues with Bruce Pritchard, and that could potentially put a halt on the idea of Nick Aldis signing with the WWE. Matt Cardona has allegedly been spotted at the hotel where WWE talent is staying, but I wouldn't read too much into that, simply because his wife, Chelsea Green, is WWE talent. She will be on the WrestleMania card tomorrow as part of the Women's WrestleMania Showcase matchup, teaming with Sonya Deville. She's gone through 3 different partners on the road to WrestleMania. It's pretty crazy. Makes me wonder, though, will Sonya Deville stay in the spot? Well, I don't think that Cardona would be staying at the Talent Hotel just if he was there to support Cody. I think the more, I think the easier thing to go with on that one is his wife works for the company. Let's not read too much into it, although he has been heavily rumored to be heading back to WWE. Although, I gotta tell you, unless WWE is gonna let him do the majority of what he's been doing for his side hustles, I don't know why he would go back to the company. You know, he's got a successful podcast, he's got a successful line of action figures, successful merchandise, he's successful on the independents. His 2021-2022 was a legendary run. I'm not sure that I would ever, in his shoes, I'm not sure I would go back to WWE. He's his own man and he can make his own decisions, but based on how successful he's been outside of the company, I don't know that I would do that. Absolutely not on Ryback. Don't even suggest that name ever again. How dare you? No, fuck Ryback. That bro will never be back in WWE. File him under a category of eat shit and never. And I know we could point. We can point to the Ultimate Warrior and say, yeah, Warrior eventually resolved things with the company. But Dom with the big time high flying. But Ryback, I don't know. I don't think Ryback would ever want to go back to the company either. That's the other thing. I don't think Ryback would want to go back, and I don't think the company would want him back. But of course, I guess I shouldn't say eat shit and never. I guess I should say more of eat shit and probably never, but there's always a chance because wrestling. And no, you don't have to apologize for suggesting Ryback, but suggesting that Ryback could be a return at this year's WrestleMania given that he has spent the last 5 years actively shitting all over the WWE, is kind of like, what you thinking there, buddy? What you thinking there, buddy? Like, ego issues. It's not even just ego issues with that dude. It's so much more than ego issues with that dude. So no, absolutely not. Holy shit. Holy shit. All right, so as much as I do like discussing the returns and debuts, we're not going to see all of these names. So let's be realistic in some of the expectations of who we could see here. But speaking of realistic, could we really see this here tonight at WrestleMania 39? Dominik Mysterio defeating his father, Rey Mysterio, at the biggest stage of them all. I don't know, but we'll be back with some more WrestleMania 39 action.
The following contest is a six-woman tag team match. Introducing first, representing Damage Control from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
Well, I've been muted this whole time. I've been sitting here talking and chatting about everything, and I was muted. So let's see. While I was muted, I talked about how it's silly that the Damage Control does not have their trios entrance in this game, but that it is coming in a future patch of the game. So good times there. We'll get Damage Control in a future patch for WWE 2K23. Dominik Mysterio as a heel is one of the best things in WWE right now. I believe it is the second best story behind the Bloodline. I don't believe Dominik is the top heel. I don't even think he's really... I might be willing to give him so far as top 3. But I feel like top 5 would be the safest bet in terms of overall heels. But that's kind of spitballing it, not really analyzing a whole ton. But his heel act is definitely one of the best. The use of social media has been beautiful in that story. In terms of the predicted outcome for that matchup, as we saw just a few moments ago, Dominik defeats Rey Mysterio in the 2K23 simulation of WrestleMania 39. Your prediction for things is that Dominik and Rey will have a Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels type ending. Real nice idea in theory, but I don't think that's going to be what happens. Not tonight. It's going to be about Rey getting his comeuppance. Dominik is not going to win tonight. This is not about Dominik getting a victory tonight. This is about a son getting put in his place by his legendary father, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I don't think the simulation got it right on this one. I think the simulation got it wrong. I think in some of our other matches here today that have already happened, the simulation very much could have it right. Austin Theory very much could defeat John Cena tonight. The Alpha Academy, that match is anyone. The 14 match, that is anybody's game in that one. I don't see Logan Paul beating Seth Rollins, but somebody's got to get that first loss to Logan Paul. Somebody has to get it. Will it be Seth Rollins? I don't know. But I really do think the simulation got it wrong when it comes to Rey and Dominik. Now, that's a theory in which I could see it making sense for Logan Paul to get the victory tonight over Seth Rollins, just as he did in our simulation, is if Jake Paul makes an appearance to help Logan win. That could extend the story a little bit between Logan and Seth, and Logan gets that first major win in WWE. I definitely could see that being a scenario. Regarding LA Knight, I've been starting to read something that Bobby Lashley might be holding an open challenge here tonight. So if Bobby Lashley holds an open challenge at WrestleMania, to me, there are two possible outcomes. Why the hell did Lita run so fast? That was kind of weird. Obviously, one possible fill that slot is Bray Wyatt, but the other is LA Knight. If Bray Wyatt is not clear from whatever is going on with him right now, I very much could see Bobby Lashley coming out open challenge and, yeah, let me talk to you. I'm going to accept your open challenge, yeah. LA Knight versus Bobby Lashley very much could be a thing on whatever night Bobby decides to do the open challenge, if he is doing it. I forget where I read it, that he was going to do an open challenge. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me just, Oh, okay. So Bobby Lashley has actually posted a video issuing an open challenge to anybody at WrestleMania. So that is, I guess that's definitely on the cards for tonight, that we will see a Bobby Lashley open challenge. Did it say tonight or tomorrow? Oh, it doesn't say which night. He's free Saturday and Sunday. Can't have a WrestleMania without him. I mean, WrestleMania has celeb appearances every year, so, I mean, define what you mean by celeb appearances. I mean, WrestleMania is always been about celebrity appearances as much as it's been about the matches. So I think it kind of goes without saying that there is going to be, I think it goes without saying that there's going to be tons of celebrity involvement tonight. I mean, hell, last night alone, we already have Maria Menounos involved in the proceedings. So in what regard are we talking about here? So we talking like more run-in type deals? Because, I mean, sure, anything's possible. I don't like to overthink these things when it comes down to these events. I just like to sit back and watch. That's one thing I feel like people get too lost in analyzing what could happen. Oh my good, could this happen? Could that happen? Maybe this person will do this. Maybe this person will do that. How about we just sit back and watch? It's fun to like offer a little bit of stuff, but when we get too deep into the weeds of speculating, I think it sets everybody up to be disappointed later when things don't happen the way that they expected them to happen because they spent so much time hyping themselves up and getting ready for it. Me, I'm just ready for it. I don't need to speculate. I don't give a fuck what happens because I'm not that invested in it. I just don't care. I'm excited because it's WrestleMania. I love to talk about it. Like, don't get me wrong about that, but I'm not going to get as deep into the weeds about who could appear, who could do this. I don't care. I know that I've got 7 matches tonight, and I've got 7 matches tomorrow, and that's what I have in front of me. And if I get anything else extra in that, that is a nice, wonderful bonus. But otherwise, I know that I've got 7 quality-looking matches set for tonight, and I've got 7 quality-looking matches set for tomorrow, and apparently we're going to have a 15th match thrown in there somewhere, or maybe Bobby Lashley will wrestle on both nights. Maybe he'll murder somebody tonight and then get a more reputable challenger tomorrow. Like, he'll be pissed off that he murdered somebody tonight. And then he gets a bigger challenge on WrestleMania Sunday. I don't know. The glitch with the referee in this game is a fun one. John Cena taking over as the referee. Apparently, Becky Lynch has got some serious concussion syndrome going on over on the floor there. She is just weeble wobbling. Damage control. All right, we are back again. Final 2 matches of the simulation.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Smackdown Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers. First, from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens.
So as you heard the ring announcer say, it's for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That's because the tag team titles are not unified in this game, and they will not allow single champions to defend both sets of titles. So, yeah, it's just for one set of belts. But in spirit, we know it's for the unified tag team titles.
And his partner from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn.
I love that Sami Zayn got new entrance graphics last night. I bet the folks at 2K were just loving that they rushed to get all this Sami Uso, not Uso Zayn stuff into the game. Just to have him change it right before WrestleMania. So Zayn, I'm with you on the thought process that we're going to see a new NXT champion today.
And at a combined weight of 493 pounds, they are the Smackdown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
So the Usos entrance is kind of rushed there. They were like out before the music even really got started. But yes, I think we're going to see a new NXT champion today in Carmelo Hayes, the former Christian Casanova from my region. He was a standout talent in the New England scene, gobbled up by WWE after he had won the Limitless Wrestling World Championship for a while there. Winning that championship basically meant you were getting signed. Last few champions have not been signed to any promotions. Last couple. Not yet anyway. Although, to be fair, Ace Romero was in Impact Wrestling before he won the Limitless Wrestling World Championship. But as of now, Alec Price is still killing it on the independent scene. But he did not get signed while he was champion. And now Limitless Wrestling has a new champion as well. In the form of Big Beef. And then with regards to Braun Breaker, I definitely think he's heading for a main roster debut. Very much could be the Raw after Mania. FTR will not be showing up, at least not during WrestleMania weekend. They are still under contract to AEW, at least through this week. They got a match on Wednesday with the Guns for the AEW World Tag Team Championship titles versus AEW careers. I think that'll be telling as to what could be happening next after that. But in terms of FTR showing up this weekend, I don't think it's going to happen. Moreover, I truly, in my heart of hearts, I don't think FTR is going to be coming back to WWE. Especially not with the revelation that Vince has just signed a new 2-year employment contract with the company. Dax Harwood's been very vocal that Vince's return kind of changed their outlook on the idea of whether or not they would go back to the company. So I think if FTR doesn't stay in AEW, I think they're going to go, they're going to do something they kind of indicated that they might do. And that's not sign a contract anywhere and just do what they want to do when they want to do it for what makes them happy. But if I had to place a bet on it, I think the recent developments with Vince will be what sways FTR away from going back to WWE. Well, be mad then, because Vince has already been in Gorilla. He's just not doing anything. Allegedly. As to the way the story goes, he sits, he chills, he hangs out. He was in Gorilla at Raw in Boston. So the way the tale goes is that he goes and he kind of hangs out and just sits and plays on his phone with his Gomez Adams mustache and his dyed hair and evil car salesman, evil father from Matilda look. I don't know. But if Vince is back as an employee, I think it's only a matter of time before he starts tapping back into creative. He's a high-ranking employee. It would seem that he could just be like, yeah, no, we're doing it my way now. Fuck off. And I think that day could probably be coming. Nice springboard DDT by Kevin Owens. Nice package sit-out slam. Owens into the cover. We got 2, and we almost had new tag team champions. Jay getting stomped out by Owens as Jimmy is down on the floor, up on the top rope. Big time splash. And down to the floor goes Jey Uso. Over the top rope, and nobody was home for that one. Nobody was home on that one. Into the barricade he goes. Slamming his head off the mat. I don't have to prepare for any of it. If Vince puts his hands on the creative, I just won't be watching again. His creative got so bad in the last few years that the product became unwatchable, and I would only watch the special events because they're free on Peacock. Put Vince back in control of creative and potentially go back to a pay-per-view model. Oof, man, I'll give them that they will get a guaranteed buyout of me for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, but in SummerSlam. I would have said Survivor Series at a point in time, but they don't treat it like they used to. So you get a guaranteed buyout of me for WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. But beyond that, I'm not buying WWE pay-per-views with Vince McMahon behind the creative. Shit. I'm not buying WWE pay-per-views 12 times a year, period. Stunner by Owens. Oh. I don't have that kind of money like I used to. You know, I used to have a little more disposable income before, you know, everything got way more expensive in life, where I could afford to do a $50 pay-per-view every month. But now, like with AEW pay-per-views, for example, I can't do this on my own. I gotta have somebody come in. I gotta have people come in. Stunner by Owens. Could we have new tag team champions here? Cover 2. There it is. Brand new tag team champions in the form of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Oops, we forgot to give him an we forgot to give him entrance music for their victory celebration. Hang on, I got it.
Winners, and the new Smackdown Tag Team Champions.
Oh, come on.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I got it. I'm a little late, but I got it. All right, enough of that. All right, let's get the main event loaded up here. One more match for WrestleMania 39. Here we go. It's the women. The Women's Championship main event coming up next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Smackdown Women's Championship.
Something you gotta remember though. They wouldn't book 14 or 15 matches if it was still a one-night event. They'd give us a 5-hour event. And that was the last time that WrestleMania was a single-night event, was WrestleMania 35. And that event went almost 5 hours. And that's where WrestleMania was heading. If not for COVID, I think WrestleMania would still be a single-night event, and it would be about a 5-hour show. COVID changed how WWE did WrestleMania. I also think WWE took a lead from New Japan. Because New Japan came in first with the 2-night big event. They did Wrestle Kingdom as a 2-night event. I think WWE kind of saw that. And saw that it was being successful as a draw. Like, I'm saying from the live perspective, I guess, because WWE did do the 2-night WrestleMania 36 from the Performance Center, but in terms of, like, live event, I think they saw that, they saw New Japan's success with doing it in Japan at the Tokyo Dome and said, let's do that for us. So, do I like WrestleMania being 2 nights? Nah, I don't, actually. I personally prefer a one-night WrestleMania.
She is the Smackdown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair.
I mean, I'm fine with it being 2 nights, but personally, I like the one-night WrestleMania. I don't see why they can't keep it to a 4-hour show. It just seems excessive at times when they can't keep things within a certain time. We don't need marathons in wrestling. We just need quality shit. So making WrestleMania a 2-night thing, you can argue it was good, but I'm not going to say Vince actually did something right because I don't personally like it. So I don't think it was a good thing. Now, from a business perspective, you can argue that all day long. The numbers are certainly there. They're selling tickets to both nights. They're selling merchandise at both nights. They're selling stuff at both nights. They're essentially doubling, in some respects, certain pieces of the income from the events. So from a business perspective, yeah, absolutely. From a fan involvement perspective, personally, I don't care for it because now, by tomorrow, I will have already sat through Stand and Deliver and night 1 of WrestleMania, and then I gotta sit through night 2 of WrestleMania and try to maintain that same level of excitement that I had for the opening night of it. Like, I doubt I wake up tomorrow as excited today, or I doubt I wake up tomorrow as excited as I am today for WrestleMania, and that's where I say that I don't like the 2 nights. All right. All sorts of nothing. Looked like we were about to have the ring introductions, but nope, no ring introductions on that one at all. Zero zip zilch. Screw you guys, no ring intros. Suplex by Charlotte Flair on Rhea Ripley. Our main event of WrestleMania Night 1 is underway. No referee, no introductions. Nothing. AJ Styles, depending on where he is with his ankle injury, could be another good Raw after WrestleMania debut or return. You know, all of these Bullet Club players that could be swirling around WWE could make for an interesting Raw after WrestleMania. You know, you've got AJ Styles, depending on where he's at, could be coming back. Jay White, heavily rumored to be signing with WWE. You've got Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. You got Cody Rhodes, who will more than likely be the WWE champion come Monday night on Raw. I'm just saying, Cody is going to have a fresh target on his back and a bunch of guys who happen to be a part of a club that involves pointing guns and firing shots at targets. Nah, but Finn will be out of the story after WrestleMania. But I was looking at from the perspective of folks who could be making returns. So Gallows and Anderson don't wrestle unless they're booked. I mean, they don't appear unless they're booked. So we don't really see them on TV at all. So they could come back with AJ Styles. Then you got Jay White making a debut. Damn! Taking a page out of hubby's book. There are a number of AEW talents shown on screen last night, too, that I can think of immediately were Andrade, who was with Charlotte last night, husband and wife, and then Buddy Murphy was in the crowd. Or Buddy Matthews. Figure 8 by Charlotte. Could it be a repeat of WrestleMania 36? Or will Rhea be able to break free? Yep, she's breaking free. But yeah, Finn Balor will be free after WrestleMania 2. So yeah. Yeah, Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley are involved in a relationship. In fact, Buddy Matthews has thrown out a few fun jabs at Dominik Mysterio throughout the storyline with Rhea. You know, playful stuff. Like, you know, obviously he's a worker. He knows what's going on. But he'd be like, oh, something to the effect of like, oh, she's got a poppy at home. Playful stuff. Blurs the lines. Nice club to the back by Rhea Ripley. Could that be enough to bring home the championship? No, it's not. It's not enough to bring home the championship. It's not. Damn! Rhea Ripley throwing herself to the freaking floor there in the pursuit of the championship. Oh, brutal knee. I love that knee in this game. If I got to imagine for Ray and Dominik, maybe some of the insult stuff might be a little tough at times, but knowing these guys, wrestling is life for Rey Mysterio, so I don't think that the angle is tough at all. I think there might be parts that are tough, but I don't think wrestling each other is going to be tough at all. I think it's actually going to be a very proud moment for both of them. Like, speaking in reality's sake, I think, oh, Charlotte was going for the spear. She got caught, riptide. Could this be what happens at WrestleMania tonight? We get a cover. We get 1. We get 2. Oh, we almost had a new champion there. That could be a finish that we definitely see at WrestleMania as well. Charlotte going for the spear, getting caught. Bing, bang, boom. Riptide City. But going back on Ray and Dom for a quick second, I truly believe that tonight will be a proud moment for the father and son. I have basement-level expectations for Brock Lesnar and Omos, which leaves them the most room for surprise as Rhea Ripley is able to take home the SmackDown Women's Championship, defeating Charlotte Flair on the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania 39.
Rhea